Solicitor Videcchia, stay with me on that. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this special meeting of the Safety Services and Licensing Committee to order. It is Thursday, December 19th. Madam Clerk, please take a roll.
Councilman Ferry,
Here.
Council Vice President Vargas, Councilwoman Haroyan,
Present.
Councilman Donegan, Councilman Campiano,
Present.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Here.
Councilman Wall,
Here.
Council President.
I'd like to have a motion for the approval of the minutes of the November 13th regular meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a vote.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Haroyan,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Councilman Wall.
Yes.
Okay, next we have public comment. Is there anyone here in council chambers that would like to speak on any docketed matter on this agenda tonight? If so, please step forward. State your name and address for the record. Okay, there's no one here in council chambers that wants to do public comment. Is there anyone on Zoom that wants to do public comment?
There is no public comment.
Okay, last call. This time I'd like to close public comment. Next we have public hearings. First on the list is a Class BV liquor license renewal for the Rhode Island Shriners Club. Is there anyone here from the Rhode Island Shriners Club? No, there is not. Madam Clerk, to your knowledge, was this fee paid by today?
No, it has not been.
The fee has not been paid. Solicitor Videcchia, should we continue this?
That is in the discretion of the committee. I'll say this. There are different types of noncompliance. Clearly, the payment of the fee standing alone is more in the nature of a ministerial requirement. It doesn't really go to suitability or legal capacity to hold a license, so on and so forth. And that is in no way, shape, manner, or form mean that they were just going to poo-poo the fact that they owe this fee. I would suggest, if the committee wants to, and it's in the committee's discretion, to continue this, but depending on what direction I get going forward from my superiors, I can't guarantee that we may not take action sooner than that.
Councilman Paplaskas?
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you for your advice there, Attorney Videcchia. Because it's ministerial and it's just a fee, I would recommend, and we've done this in the past, is to approve it pending them paying the fee. Because once we approve it, they come in, they pay the fee, they get their license, and all is fine. Some people might not even have the understanding that they need to prepay the fee, that they can just pay the fee when they pick up their license. So I would be more amenable to that than to continuing it. Thank you.
Well, it could be a granted not issued situation again, but we have several of these, as you know. And again, this is why I'm saying it's in the discretion of the committee. It seems like we've given a lot of people a lot of leeway. And if you want to grant it subject to the fee, it is quote unquote, just the fee. It's certainly within your discretion to do that. So that's a policy decision for the committee, not a legal issue, really.
Councilman Wall?
Yeah, I would tend to agree with my colleague that in this situation with just a fee, I know the phrase just a fee, it's been a while. I would be in favor of voting to pass it on the condition they pay the fee. And if they don't pay the fee, they don't get the license.
Oh, Councilwoman Manzulli?
Thank you, Chairman. I just have a question. This might be for the clerk, it might be for the solicitor, but do we have an actual policy regarding this fee? Because in the past, when you had to come in to physically get a printout of a license, I know now they email it to you and you do have the opportunity to pay online. In the past, they didn't issue you the physical license until you paid them the fee. So the people were used to coming in and paying with a check. It was an after thing, as far as I understand from when I chair this committee and in various conversations I've had. Now we're having mixed answers about the policy. So is it a written policy somewhere? Do all the businesses understand it? And that might be a question for the clerk's office. I just think that we have to make a policy that's solid, so, and communicate it to people so they know. I know that people are behind here. These are all people who applied late, to my understanding, so, but we have to have a policy regardless and then follow it.
I don't know what the clerk's policy is.
So I believe I stated this at prior meetings. This is the first year with the portal. So what we've been doing is we have been accepting people coming in with a check and pay in person because they're hesitant to pay with their credit card through the portal, which is fine. But when the license comes before the committee and they approve it subject to, the next day, the license clerk goes into the portal, emails that person, whoever's account is on the application, notifies them that your license has been approved, that so much is due. You can either come in person or you can pay it on the portal. So they are notified that the fee is outstanding.
But that's after it's approved, right? Right now, it's not approved. So if they pay a fee and we don't approve it, they've now paid a fee for a license they don't get. Is that is that applicable? I mean, I just think if we have to have a method. You pay when you apply, you don't get approved, you lose that fee or you get it back, but they have to know whether they need to pay it first or after, because if that's all they're missing and there was no expectation to get it before we approved it, then we can't expect them to have paid it. Does that make sense?
Well, again, it's a policy decision on the part of the committee. There's one other suggestion, and credit to Rosalba. And I had thought of this before and just forgot to mention it until she reminded me, but there's one other alternative. If the committee wanted to give a granted but not issued result here, and rather than this going out ad infinitum and we're here every month because someone hasn't paid a fee, you could put to use the vernacular, a drop dead date. So granted, not issued, and you've got until January 10th. If the payment is not made, there's no further action required by the committee, it does not renew, they would have to come in and they'd have to start from scratch. If you wanted to put more teeth into it, again, that's a policy decision. I just will add, these are renewals. There's always a presumption in favor of granting a renewal. You have to have cause, reasonable cause not to grant a renewal. It's a rebuttable presumption. Someone's not cooperating in this fashion, whether it's a letter of good standing, whether it's not paying a fee, I think that probably would constitute cause. But again, that is a decision for this committee. If you've had enough, I think you're well within your rights to do something like that.
What I'd like to say that these are renewals. These businesses, some of these businesses have been in business for many, many years. They know that the fee has to be paid. I
There's no
just don't
question.
understand how after 3 notices, we're sitting here right now discussing whether or not they pay a fee. They've been in business for years. If I can see if it's a new business or somebody just took over the business, give them an exception. But the Shriners Club has been in business since the beginning of time, as far as I know. Same thing with the next item on here. So I don't have problem approving it and granted but not issued. Should we go that route? Granted but not issued?
Look, you could go that route. I'm reluctant to tell the committee how they should or shouldn't rule. It's really up to you as to when you feel, and personally, this might not even be from a legal standpoint, you've given them far and above the consideration that they deserve. This is ridiculous, quite frankly, that someone doesn't come in who's running a business for multiple years and doesn't pay. What is the fee, Rosa? $100? What's the renewal fee?
It depends on the city capacity, from 100 to
What-
250.
Okay. It really is inexcusable, but I can't say to you, you should do this or you should do that. That's up to you.
Councilman Paplaskas?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to grant Rhode Island Shriners Club BV liquor license, but not issue it until the fee is paid. And then we should get an update at the next safety services meeting on all of these, if they've been paid or not.
If I may, before that seconded, would you mind putting an actual date in that? And I'd be in support of it. If it's open-ended until the fee is paid, I liked what the solicitor had said. If paid by, and have a date, January 6th. Or sometime within the first
the
2 weeks
next
of
safety ser-
January. If not, I won't be
I-
in favor of it.
I think it should be 10 days after the next safety services meeting, so the new council can get an update, and then those people will have 10 days to pay, or they're gonna lose their license. So
Anybody
I
have
don't
that
know-
date?
I don't know what that date would be.
Believe Rosalba, I think it's January 13th, but if you guys want to hold on, I'll double check.
So I'll make that motion I just made with
Granted but not issued.
granted but not issued, but the drop dead date would be January 23rd. However, whatever, I'm probably not using the right term.
Second that.
Discussion on that motion.
I
Com-
would like to say something. With the Shriners Club, I don't even know if their staff is full-time paid or volunteers running it. So I'm not even sure, did somebody receive that letter? And if they don't have events there, is the office staffed?
If I may, we have been in communication with them. So there are the staff there.
Council President.
If I can, all of these matters, the clerk's office has reached out multiple times and has had actual contact with all of them. So just to be clear, thanks. Yep.
Any other discussion? So we're voting on issuing the BV license for the Rhode Island Shriners Club. We're granting it, but not, granting the license, but not issuing it with a drop dead date of January 23rd. Unless they pay the fee before that. Everybody understand what we're voting on? Madam Clerk, please take a vote.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Haroyan,
Yes,
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes,
Councilman Wall,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
Next, we have the Thirsty Beaver Pub and Grub. Is anyone here from Thirsty Beaver? I'd like to have a motion to,
To the chair,
yes,
they're in compliance.
oh, they paid the fee?
They came in this afternoon and they've picked, their license has been issued.
Okay, can I have a motion to
But the
approve?
renewal has to be approved for the liquor, I'm sorry.
Wait a
I
minute.
jumped ahead of
Start again, I'm sorry. Start
I'm
again,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
you. This is for the liquor, correct?
BV.
Yes. Okay, you have to act on that, I'm sorry.
All right, so we can vote on that. They paid the fee. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
second,
second,
Any discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a vote on Thirsty Beaver Pub and Grub.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Haroyan,
yes,
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council Paplaskas,
yes.
Councilman Wall,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
Okay, next we have Nelson Mac Narragansett VFW Post 4651. Is there anyone here from that establishment? Please step forward. I don't think all three of you have to come, but at least one of you. If you could press that button, make sure the green light is on. And state your name and address for the record, please.
James Burnham, 7 Haven Avenue, Cranston, Rhode Island.
Okay, so tonight we have your Class D liquor license, okay? And we have two items pending, the letter of good standing and the fee. Okay, could you please give us the status of those two items?
Oh, sorry. The certificate of good standing was sent to the state today. Talking to the Division of Taxation, they said it should be cleared by 10 a.m. tomorrow. And I really didn't know about a fee. that we had to pay because I've been going off of the portal. And the portal said the only thing that we had to do was come here tonight and listen to the hearing for our license to be renewed. So it didn't even give me any negativity towards the letter of good standing, the certificate of good standing as well. Because if it was a part of the portal and it was read like it was when we started this with our BCI checks, it told us that we couldn't go any further. So we went and got our BCI checks done and uploaded them into the portal, which then turned our status to like a green status. And then it just said we had to wait for this. So there was no indication that I needed to get a letter, certificate of good standing from the state of Rhode Island. I thought that would have automatically been forwarded to you guys once we paid our taxes.
Okay, Solicitor Videcki, do we want to, a motion to grant this with the same conditions?
Subject to those conditions, if that's what you want to do, absolutely, you can do that.
Do I want it to say granted or approved?
Well, the renewal is granted,
Okay,
subject to fulfillment of the stated conditions.
I'll make a motion to grant but not issue the victualling license, or not the victualling license, the BV license to Nelson Mack,
it's a D license.
D license to Nelson Mack, Narragansett VFW Post, pending the letter of good standing and payment of the fee with a drop dead date of January 23rd.
Second.
Any discussion or questions for the applicant? Okay, so we're voting to grant the Class D liquor license for the VFW Post, subject to the letter of good standing and the fee being paid with a drop dead date of January 25th, 23rd. And hopefully you'll have that all done way before that anyways. And then I can stop playing cards again on Tuesday nights. Do I have any discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a vote.
Agree.
Yes.
Councilwoman Horoyan?
Yes.
Councilor Campiano?
Yes.
Councilor Paplaskas?
Yes.
Councilor Wall?
Yes.
Council President Marino?
Yes.
And I'd like to thank you for complying with the cease and desist and doing everything in order to get the business back open. We really appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much and good luck. You're all set. Okay, next we have new matters before the committee, an indoor entertainment license for the Elliott on Park. Is there anyone here from that establishment? I'm not going to proceed. All right. What's the matter, John?
Chairman, I noticed in reviewing the victualling renewals under Title VII, there's also a victualling that needs to be renewed for Nelson Mack as well. So before, I thought they should remain here, just in case. When we do this as a block, I would suggest taking that one out so that we can deal with it separately. That's all. I just didn't want
Thank
them
you.
to
Sorry,
leave.
gentlemen.
Okay.
All right, so where were we? Oh, no one's here from the Elliott. So this is a new matter before the committee, an indoor entertainment license for the Elliott on Park at 848 Park Avenue. And I had a bunch of questions for the people that were applying for this. I don't know if anybody else had any questions. I would like a recommendation on what to do here or a suggestion.
Well, again, I think if you have questions, you need them here. So if the committee's of a mind to continue this to the January calendar.
They have an event planned on New Year's Eve.
Well, without a license, they're not having their event.
Chairman, can we?
I will gladly send a text and see if they can get here, if they're across the street, if we could hold this item. Take the agenda out of order.
A motion to take the agenda out of order?
A second that.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a vote on taking the agenda out of order.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes?
Councilman Horoyan,
Yes,
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes,
Councilman Wall,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
Okay, next we're gonna go to the, victualling license for Nelson Mack, Narragansett VFW Post. Do I have a motion to approve that license, that victualling license?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a vote on approving the Nelson Mack, victualling license.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes?
Councilman Horoyan, Councilman Campiano.
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
yes.
Councilman Wall.
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
Now you guys are all set. Thank you. Is that her? Okay, going back to new matters before the committee. Is there anyone here from the Elliott on Park? Please step forward. State your name and address for the record, please. Make sure the green light is on and speak directly into the microphone. Thank you very much.
Michelle Bonolo. My address?
Either.
Michelle Bonolo. 3 Soprano Circle, Cranston, Rhode Island.
Okay, so you're actually here for 2 items on the agenda tonight. One's an indoor entertainment license, and one is a victualling license, and they're both new matters before the committee, okay? So, the first thing I'd like to do, so we can have a discussion on this, is can I have a motion to approve the indoor entertainment license?
Motion to approve.
second.
Okay, does anyone have any questions for the applicant or any discussion? Councilwoman Horoyan.
I will be voting in full support of this tonight. I have been on talking to Michelle and her daughter about the operations, how they plan to do this. It'll be in 5-hour events. They plan to be very respectful to the neighbors. They will be on site when events are going on. And I'll be in full support of it tonight. She is here to answer any questions. She thought it was at a 6:30 meeting, but they have been great with making sure that paperwork was done. They didn't know they needed this license.
Okay, anyone else? Councilwoman Renzulli?
Thank you, Chairman. You just said, just for a summary, for people who have not spoken to you, which I have as Councilwoman Horoyan has, so that they can understand a little bit about what your business is and also talk about the catering license you have that allows you to serve liquor already.
Okay, so we have, what our event space is a rental hall where people would rent the facility to have like an anniversary party, a wedding, a birthday party, such, anything like that. They're usually 4 to 5 hour increments. We have a Class P event only liquor license. So we can only serve liquor for 5 hours at a time. A half hour prior to that, we have to have last call. We cannot serve any more than 3 liquor per drinks. Does that make sense? Yes. We can't serve any shots. There's a lot of restrictions on our liquor license. We can't buy from a distributor. We can only buy from a liquor store. We do all our catering on site. We have a commissary kitchen, which was approved by the Board of Health. So we would rent out space to food trucks, people who can't prepare foods in their home. And they would have to prepare it in our place. We have space for them, like refrigerator space, shelving, stuff like that. What else? Yeah.
So thank you. So these licenses, will allow you to have further entertainment
Correct.
within
So
the
if-
event.
Yes, so if the consumer, like the person who rents the space wants to have DJ or like a solo, like a single person thing, or even a band, it's to have them, they want entertainment.
Thank you so much. I have heard wonderful things about your spot, and I hope to be able to come and enjoy an event soon. Thank you for speaking with us many times to figure out what kind of license you need for your specific
That
business
was misunderstood. Sorry.
in that space. It's definitely understandable because that space across the street is operating, and over the years has operated various businesses within one universal space, and sometimes the licensing is confusing. So thank you for coming over and for working with us.
Like when everything's in the state, like I was confused.
Yeah, because this licensing is complicated, so I give you a lot of credit.
Different licenses from the state, 3 different certificates from my food and my food safety, and then my commissary, and then the Elliott, and then the liquor license was through the state, so I was like very misunderstood.
And I can,
And I've had 3 businesses in the city, so I knew, like, but I just really wasn't.
it's a different kind of business and a different kind of location. And I can appreciate the commissary kitchen because you're giving people the opportunity to further their own businesses, entrepreneurs, to be able to get the food. So I think that that's great, and I wish you the best of luck, and I hope that, I don't have a vote tonight, but I did want to come to speak about your specific business, and I do hope that this passes tonight. Thank you.
Okay, I have a question, and it says the hours vary by event. I think that we need to put some kind of a restriction on the hours, like, we can't have an event till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
No, but it doesn't say on here that there's any limit.
therefore, all right, so like, if they book a daytime event, it's 4 hours, maybe it's 10 to 2, it could be 2 to 6, and the cap is 12 o'clock. It's 12 a.m., I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Well,
but-
it's not the license, but that's what our hours are stated on our website and everything, it's 12 a.m.
So we need to add that to the motion, correct? Right, so can I have somebody withdraw the motion? Do we have it? We had a motion to approve this. Who made the motion? Rose, who made the motion?
Council,
All right, I'm going to withdraw my motion.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve the indoor entertainment license with, I'm sorry, Council President.
Thank you. Before we take the motion with the time restriction, I just had a question for the applicant. What's the earliest that you would be having events in the morning? Would it be 10 a.m.?
Anyone would want anything. I'm sorry. Most likely, I can't imagine anyone asking for anything earlier, like a bereavement thing might maybe start at 10. That would be the only thing I could imagine earlier. A shower would probably start at 10. Yeah.
All right. Just because it is close to a residential area, I'd like to have it shored up with the time so that maybe if we do 9 a.m. is a decent hour to
Perfect.
the 12 a.m. And I will defer to the Ward 2 council person and her thoughts. Thanks.
As I've already stated, I will be in support of this for tonight, but I do have an email from a constituent that would like it on record, that they are not in support. Can I read the email right here? I wasn't able to print it out, but they would like it on record, okay? Thank you for the update on the licensing. I truly appreciate your help with this. There is a meeting on Thursday, and I just received notice today on Tuesday. Because of the short notice, I cannot attend, but I want you to know 2 days is not enough notice for us. Also, I want to object 110% on this request. The last time there was the same kind of type of business, there is no soundproofing music for the music, and it comes right into my house. Although there's a noise ordinance, I had complained to management and they had told me they can play the music as loud as they wanted to. I've contacted the police with the former businesses many times. It's hard to believe that noise disturbs, but when it's directly next door to your house, it does. As I said, it's easy to pass things when it doesn't live next door to you. The city will pass through anyways without concern of the nearby neighbors, giving them a license. In the meeting with the management, it's always unbelievable and forced. No phone number to contact the management unless I want to buy tickets to a show. If their garbage dumpster is way too small and trash is on the ground after, they need a larger enough. I truly appreciate your help. And Roland Boothia, he wanted his name on record. I did call him and speak to him and say, what's happened in the past is the past. Since Spectacle Management has taken over, they have been wonderful to the neighbors. I have two constituents on Haywood Street that call me often to say, hey, there was a show, I had no problems. I've taken it upon myself to walk the neighborhood during the shows or the next morning at 6 a.m., and I have not found any litter or any problems in the neighborhood. I'm sure the new business will be good neighbors to us also.
Anyone else? Councilman Paplaskas.
Thank you. Through the chair to the applicant. I know you seem amenable to 9 a.m. Do you see any possibility where you would have a breakfast event and need to go to 8 a.m.? Or are you okay with 9 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I would be concerned about another thing, and that's parking. I know that the building gets to use the parking here behind City Hall. And during business days, business hours, this parking lot is full already. So if you were to have an event with 30 or 40 people, they would have to be notified that they're not going to be able to park in this lot because there won't be enough parking spots. So I know this happened about a year ago or a year and a half ago where something got ran during the day and the people that work here didn't even get a chance to park in their own parking lot. So I just want to bring that to your attention. Okay. All right. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I just want to bring it to your attention. Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to use it because you'd be working.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. Anyone else? Madam Clerk, please take a vote on the indoor entertainment.
If, through
Oh,
the
we
chair,
need a motion now.
I'll make a motion to approve the indoor entertainment license, subject to the hours of 9 a.m. to 12 a.m.
I second that.
Any discussion on that motion? Madam Clerk, please take a vote.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilman Horoyan,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas.
Yes.
Councilman Wall,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
Next, we have the victualling license for the Elliott. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
I'm sorry, I wanted to ask this question before, but if they're having a New Year's Eve party and this ends at 12 a.m., I just want to make sure that I know that event is on the books. New Year's is at 12. So is it, they need to close at 12 or they need to stop playing music at 12? I think that that's relevant. I can't tell by Ms. Ferry's face, he's upset that I'm asking, but I think it's,
Voted on it.
no, but Bobby could go back if you have to. I'm just saying, if nobody else brought it up and it's kind of relevant, if it's something that's on the books. So,
Oh, okay, Council President.
Thank you through the chair. Councilwoman Renzulli, with all due respect, when you say no one brought it up, I'm not aware, it's the burden upon the person applying to make us aware of an upcoming event that might be going past 12 a.m. It's not our, that's their burden. With that being said, there's nothing in the rules that prohibits us from addressing that concern. If the chair doesn't mind, we can ask the applicant if they are in fact having an event that is going to be going past midnight. That's up to you as the chair.
We would just.
Are you going to be having an event that's going past midnight?
Well, it's doing a champagne toast at midnight and ending it. That was gonna be it, so.
Because if that's the issue, that's the entertainment can still end at midnight.
the
So that's not
entertainment
an
will
issue
end
for
at
you.
midnight. It
Yep.
will end at midnight.
So we're fine with, we don't need to revisit the motion.
We don't.
that-
Okay,
nope,
great.
We approve. Thank you.
All right. So we're back to the victualling license. Did I have a motion to approve? Did I have a second? Is there any discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a vote.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilman Horoyan,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano.
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Councilman Wall,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
Okay, next, I want a motion to take block 7. if we could have a motion to take all of the license renewals in block 7 as a block.
So moved.
Second.
Second,
Any discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a vote on that.
Barry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Haroyan, Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council Wall,
Yes.
Council President.
Yes.
I'd like to have a motion to approve the block.
Motion to approve.
second,
Before I do this, do I have to say that Nelson Mack is not in the block anymore?
No, I've
Okay,
already
all right.
addressed it. No.
Any discussion on the block? Madam Clerk, please take a vote on the block.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Haroyan, Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council Wall,
Yes.
Council President.
Yes.
Seeing that there's no other business on the agenda,
Motion to adjourn?
What business are you?
okay, Cafe Ava, we're voting on that right now. 7-Eleven, we're voting on them right now. What business are you gentlemen from? Okay. Where are they from? Cafe Ava. Katian? Voting on it right now. Well, we're doing them all at once rather than call everybody up individually. Okay, we approved it. It's done. It's already approved. You're all set. Motion to approve, adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, let's go home.